Hello YouTube, this is the Bucket coming at you today with my World War II 1939 dated Luger and a wonderful reference book. This is the Third Reich Luger, an illustrated collector's guide to German military Lugers from World War II. This was written by Thomas Whiteman. He's the awesome guy that has all those YouTube videos from Legacy Collectibles, and he has been kind of the expert really on anything German World War II, but specifically on Lugers and Walther pistols. This book he has written, and it is a wonderful collector's guide to World War II Lugers. It's just an awesome book. I wanted to show it to you today because, you know, for a lot of us that are thinking about purchasing a firearm, you know, we maybe don't have that full depth of knowledge that somebody like Thomas Whiteman does, but knows they want a gun, knows they want a Luger for their collection, and he just does a wonderful job of sharing this information to you so you can start being a collector of these awesome firearms. So when you open up the book, he gives overview information with wonderful historical photos. They're really high quality. And I love the fact that he gives a lot of paragraph pieces of information. So often in these collector's guides or these reference books, they give you so much information. It can be kind of daunting to know where to start. And I know that there's been a couple of books that I've purchased that there's so much information that I start to read and then I kind of give up. So I love the fact that he gives this all in digestible pieces of information. There's beautiful color photos and maps and whatnot, and it gives you tons and tons of information, things to look at, and then he even gives QR codes to specific videos that he's done. And it's just a wonderful way to really get a ton of information really easily. The next thing that I think is so cool about how he's broken up the books is in Luger pistols, they are really broken down by year. And one of the things that he's done is, if let's say there's a gun at a local gun store and you're thinking about purchasing it, you can look up the year that you're thinking about, or the gun that you may have access to at your local store, and you can start learning tons and tons of information about it. So for instance, I have a 1939. This is a 42. So in 1939, they started off with the S42 toggles and then moved to the 42 toggles. So this is kind of a really interesting one to go off of. So you go and you look up your gun by year. So this is a 1939, and it breaks out specifically what you're looking at if you're seeing a 1939 Luger. It shows you and it explains to you the fact that the toggles initially started off with an S42, and then midway through the year they kind of converted over to the 42. And so it shows you awesome charts. Like for instance, on this one, it gives you down the serial range for Army ones. It'll let you know if you possibly are looking at a Kriegsmarine, Luftwaffe. There weren't Luftwaffe ones this year, so it'll even tell you that, you know, you're not going to know, while they know that some Luftwaffe pistols were purchased, since none of them were marked, you're not going to know what you're looking at. And then it breaks down for the 42s. It shows you the proof marks, it shows you the Waffenamps, and it gives you all of that in a really easy, digestible piece of information. So you really can reference this if there's a pistol that you're thinking about purchasing. Then it gives you these big, beautiful photos, examples that he has had in his collection or that the store has had in their collection. It gives you great, very bright, vibrant photos of the markings that you need to be looking for. It shows you the Waffenamps. And then for instance, this particular gun, or this particular year, since they converted over, it gives you pictures of the S42s, it gives you the pictures of the 42s. It'll show you examples of what a correct magazine would be. It's just so awesome that you have that balance of the text that you want to know and the text that you want to learn about. And then it even gives you specific things, like for instance, since they're a Kriegsmarine or guns that went to the Navy, it'll show you the markings that you need to look over for those, all in like a nice, easy 20-30 page, easy to flip through, wonderful reference for the year that you're looking at. Also, it'll show you the commercial stuff. It's not just the military stuff. So here's pictures of the markings that you would get for different types of commercials. And then if you flip through for a little bit more and you're thinking about possibly creating yourself a rig, it'll show you examples of the holsters, the magazines that you want to be looking out for, and even gives you a really big, bright photos of the tools that you could do if you're wanting to create a rig for yourself. So this is just a wonderful guide. It's high quality. The book has a good hardbound book. It's just a wonderful option. So if you're thinking about picking one of these up, please do look at legacycollectibles.com. They have them there. I believe these right now are selling for $70. You can go and purchase these things on Amazon, but they don't get it's not as good for the company. So spend the extra $5 or $6. Support a awesome guy that has an awesome company that sells awesome products, and go ahead and purchase them from there. So I'm so excited that I got a chance to bring this book to you and show you one more time my awesome Luger that I'm so proud of. It really is so much fun to do this. I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. All the likes, the comments, the shares are really appreciated. And as always, you stay classy, YouTube. Little Middle Baby Bucket, do you want to live in California?
No!
Why?
Because I'm not a communist.